What's up, guys? Welcome to Android Authority episode 14. And yes, this has been a long time since this episode. There are several reasons for that. One of those reasons you've just heard. I've been ill. I am still ill, have been ill, and will be ill for the next couple of days. This is why this episode is delayed. Reason number 2 is I actually recorded episode 14. If I go into my load game here it is, the very end of that episode. I recorded it. The game bugs out and the save file and VOD completely corrupted, and I was just, this is the most recent autosave from that I loaded to. And now you're probably thinking, but you've missed out on loads of stuff that you've already recorded, you've been cheating. No, I have not. The difference between last episode and this episode is very nominal, even with the stuff that I'd already recorded and then had to get rid of. I started on an extra building down here. I built the mule. And I did some minor researches. The progress that we made last episode was so nominal that I was like, yeah, we'll just ignore that. It never happened. It's been like a series of unfortunate events, basically, where we've come to this point where the video's been delayed and everything. We go from there. We've set up another settlement as well, the League of Horror Sherney. This is a research settlement that I've set up as well. Other than that, not much else. Jean and Jansen are out on their travels as well, doing their thing. I don't know where they are, but they're doing their thing nonetheless, helping defend the settlements and stuff. The next job they're going to be doing is going to be coming straight home, because I also discovered a bug where the mule and stuff duplicates colonists going into these places here. I think there is a mod issue with real ruins and stuff like that. You know, the normal things. So the plan for today's episode is to come back, and we're going to start focusing on the mid-game stuff. The Empire stuff we're kind of going into and just sort of rattling along. The next one is going to be Rimworlds, going into space and sending our colonists out into the world to find us more and more resources and to make a space race of slaves, cowboys, androids, things. So if you enjoy any of today's episode, I'm excited to see what that looks like. Consider liking, subscribing, and make sure you tell your mum about it. Let's get into things, and let's start by going through the research. The things that I've researched so far between last episode and this episode, all of them very nominal things. Very coincidentally, we have transport pod here, which will allow us to start building all of the spacesuit stuff. Super cool. It's going to be very expensive on resources, which leads us to the next thing. Fabrications. The one thing that I've been missing, the episode that I did record and had to throw away was going to be along the lines of desperate for components, craving components. I think at one point I had the idea of being cucked for components. Because we just have absolutely none. We have one at the moment, and that is about it. So once Sean and Jansen come back, we're going to get on the animals, and we're going to go off adventuring and see if we can find, hopefully, some ruins with a load of... In the other previous parallel timeline as well, I did also change the names of some of our colonists. Hold Ass has now become Hold Dis Ass. I felt like it was a good mix between his actual name and his second name, Hold Dis Ass. You know how it is. Hirokazu became Hero because it's easier to pronounce. And Hartenstein became Einstein. Don't read any further into the Einstein thing. He is an intellectual and has got a 0 in intellectual. They've also been equipped with melee weapons and stuff. As you can see from Hero, I've gone around creating stun batons and things, so we can actually start getting slaves again. And I'm also queued up a dart gun and some electric collars and things as well. There it is. Transport pod is complete. So now we theoretically can go to space, right? Theoretically. Obviously, we need a lot more resources in the form of components. So fabrication, hydroponics, no thanks. Give me fabrication. I don't think I'll even bother showing off the researchers anymore unless I find them important. And there we go. Pristine ruins have been found nearby. Nice and local. That is what we like. Almost no raider preference. Now, the last time we went to one of these, we immediately got raided as soon as we set out. Hopefully this time we don't, and hopefully this time we actually manage to keep some people alive. We do have the stun batons, so I will take our stun baton squad, as well as Jansen and Dutch, who've got actual weapons. Here's hoping we can get some good stuff out of this. Oh, and we've managed to make ourselves a legendary dart gun. Oh my god. The title was Adonis Hold Ass. Title, Jean's Thrusting. The weapon bears an artwork of Jean Enos poised over the basketball hoop, his body loose and relaxed. In the distance, a hamlet is visible. What? The artwork relates to Jean enjoying himself playing basketball. That doesn't sound quite right. I'm not going to lie, for a dark gun, a bit weird. Speaking of legendary artworks, Steel Electric Collar is legendary. Wow, our slaves are in for the absolute time of our lives. Steel collars are legendary? Wowee. All of you need to be wearing that just in case you rebel, so then I can stop you. So I've given it to Moriarty to wear here. He, you know, my man enjoying a nice little meal. He's having a lovely, lavish meal. Very nice. So he's got the electric collar on. So if I just zap, oh, it stuns him. Just permanently. Alright, so we can just, like, zap him and give him a little, I don't know, electrocution, which reduces his consciousness. I think there's a way that we can, if we select here, we can freeze them as well. Or we can just zap on command. Or we can explode people. How do we freeze them? That's probably really, really good. So I'm not sure we have the research yet to freeze them. We can obviously explode the slaves and blow their head off. Or we can just kind of zap them whenever we feel like they're being a bit naughty. Which I think, you know, works. I'm not going to lie. The caravan has arrived at the ruins. What are we looking at? Something exciting, hopefully. Okay, so zooming out, it looks like we have a couple of enemies to deal with. We have a few xenomorph people in there. We've got a couple of wasters. Missile down here as well. Another waster. Not too much, but enough that we could definitely have issues. If I get Janssen mainly to deal with this, that would be perfect. I think Janssen's the only one that can really deal with it, actually. Apart from the unrest group have decided to steal what they can and leave. What the fuck is that? Various 68,335. Holy moly. Okay, so everything has just spawned in that one place just there. Okay, well, there's some medicine as well. There's a vital center that I want to take with us. 23 components. Okay, we don't even need to be here for that long. Like, everything we need is in that one spot. Just there. Okay. Well, that's made things real easy for me. Let's get Janssen to kill the people that are here, and then we can just get out of here. That's 2 down for Janssen. Couple more left, and the area is now safe. Okay, and honestly, I don't think we need to, like, actually look through any of these buildings. They're all, like, destroyed as it is anyway. There is a research counter here. There is a load of research counters that I could deconstruct if I wanted to. But honestly, I don't need to. I just don't need to. I'm going to put everything in a stockpile zone kind of here and just get everyone to haul it whilst I'm setting things up. So out of curiosity, if we do now reform the caravan, everything's in that one stockpile, nice and easy peasy. If I go to items, there's 55,000 silver. Balanced. Yes. And I can take all of that, and it basically weighs like 455 kilos. Fair enough. Okay, I'm going to go through everything, set everything up, and hope that we can kind of like get out of there before we get raided. At least everything is in the like one position, so this shouldn't be too bad. But I've got everything set up. We are taking all of the silver with us. We are taking all of the plasteel, all the gold, some of the steel, mainly a lot of food and things like that to keep our people alive. There wasn't actually too much on this map in terms of real items, but materials. Oh, so much good stuff here. Travel time is only 0.6 days. Everything is in the one stockpile already. This should take no time at all. And our taxes have been arrived, which is very, very nice. And we also received 250 points of research just from our research settlement, which is very nice. Fairly balanced, it seems, which is always lovely. With that extra money, when it gets hauled, I can then set up some more things to upgrade. And our first raid this episode is a Manhunter pack. Manhunter pack of beagles have entered the area. 11 beagles. Is that it? I'll also show you guys that in the parallel universe where I recorded an episode that had to be deleted, the only raids we got were Manhunter packs. This enemy raid here was from the previous episode that I did. So we've only had Manhunter packs, and that is it. Cheers. Who with Alfred Ancient at the moment? Really? Is that it? Caravan has arrived back at Leo's ranch as well. Right. Just out of curiosity, how much has our wealth just gone up by? Not yet. It's not updated yet. But when everything gets hauled and everything, it's going to absolutely skyrocket. And there it is. We now have 56,000 silver. For balancing issues, this isn't very balanced. I'll be totally honest with you guys, it's not balanced, alright? I know it isn't. I did uncap the Real Ruins wealth attribute, so we can have like unlimited wealth, theoretically, from any ruins that come up. However, in terms of balancing, we have no access to steel. We have no access to anything on this map unless we go via the Empire mod, which we are still setting up, obviously. So I'm going to spend most of this money on setting up more colonies to do more things for us to make us more money, you know? I'll probably fully upgrade all of these settlements as well to make us so much more money and everything, so we can go from there, honestly. A lot of the money that we have got, the silver, will only be used within the Empire mod. So for that reason, I don't think it's that unbalanced. I'm going to set up some more colonies, though, and see what other stuff we can get. So yeah, just looking at our wealth graph now, as you can see, stonks. It's got up just by 50,000 silver in the most unbelievable rate. Holy moly. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen a wealth increase of that amount. That's insane. The only issue now is whilst we are, you know, it's a little bit unbalanced, we might get raided now by something more than a man-hunting pack, which slightly is inconvenient, but honestly, I'm not worried. The killbox snake thing's been doing really well. I'm not worried, you know? Famous lads worse and all that. Ooh, and very interestingly, as a research has popped up for nutra-amine logistics. Doesn't sound like anything important, but this will allow us to start, I think, fixing Leo. It's got nutra-amine stuff. We can put nutra-amine tanks and stuff. Hopefully, this is the first step that we need to take to fix Leo. And there's an update on everything else that's going on. The base is looking good. I'm building a big garage over here. I built a drugs lab. In terms of settlements, we now have six settlements. I set up a new one just now. All of them do their respective things. We have our original one over here that's doing steel and things. We have a research one. We have a one for making weapons. We have one for food. We have one for logs. And we have one that's just a normal military one to help defend every other one. So now we're at a stage where we're kind of bigger than the Empire. If we build up a couple of these weapon ones that are also military ones, we can start probably taking out some of these other factions and stuff and really just dominate the world. Which I guess is like one of the end goals, to eventually just take over the Empire, become the Empire incarnate. You know, Jones and Leo and Peel probably in cahoots while Leo is down. They've got a way to telepathically communicate because they are both robots. That sort of thing. And the storyteller has changed once again. Randy Random is in charge. Very nice. Maybe we'll actually get raided by actual people. Our faction is also leveled up and we are now a level 2 faction. So what that means is we can now, I think, select a new trait. Perfect, yeah. So we can get a new trait, which means we can now either become resilient, raiders, defense and depth, road builders, mercantile, or innovative. And honestly, I think we're probably going to go for innovative. Absolutely go hands in on the research. This should be absolutely huge for us because we're generating so much money. We'll get so many extra research points as well. We've got loads of taxes that have arrived as well, which literally means nothing because we're still loaded. Only 17,000 actually. Only 17,000. We have absolutely burned through that money quite quickly, which I'm kind of surprised at, honestly. Right, in terms of something called an armor inspiration has popped up. An armor in one of your settlements contacts you, explains that he has been struck with great inspiration and requests silver for supplies to create you armor worthy of your empire. He's heard about Leo's doubts and insecurities and issues, being down on the ground, not being able to move, and wants to show us that Leo can be great again. Great inspiration. I want to see this done. 1,000 silver. This will surely turn it into the artifact of the ages. I'll give you all the funding you require. 2,000 silver. Take it all. The armor is working on your gift. This event is affecting the following settlements: the League of Oshroni. Very, very exciting. Loads of things have expanded and everything. This Empire stuff is looking good, very profitable. And unfortunately, Robbie has developed an addiction to psychite. Now, I want to say that within the lore, that obviously he went from being a dwarf to then becoming a normal-sized person and then becoming jealous. I want to say that Robbie's psychite addiction is formed by the fact that we can't make him the tallest colonist possible. High on psychite tea. I mean, of all the things to get addicted to, psychite tea. I guess I'll just do my best, like, look out for a gene pack to make him really tall. Really annoyed about that, actually, you know? Jealous of Leo's bedroom. Leo sleeps on the floor of our research area. He doesn't even sleep. He's dead, practically. And he's jealous of that Robbie. You are weird. That's real. That's desperate. Do we enslave Robbie because he's just a dick? Yeah, I think we probably could, honestly. There it is. Fabrication. It's taken a hell of a long time to get there, but fabrication is there. Fabrication unlocks just everything for us to be able to make components, to be able to go into space. It opens that whole other side of this playthrough up, which is fantastic because I don't know what else to do at the moment other than go to space. We're expanding the base out massively at the moment. I'm going to build like a genetics area here for Leo, for his androids and everything. I think I want to have the androids take over and the robots. I want to build one of each Mr. Handy unit, Gutsy, the Nurse, Joy, Nurse, whatever it's called, and all the other different ones to do that, to replace all of our slaves. I don't think we need to rely on slaves anymore. I might even recruit them, let them live the good life. I'm building them their own houses outside of the walls and everything, just expanding the city outwards to make it into a more lovely place. And whilst we're prepared for fabrication to be researched, we're out of resources again. A shock horror, I know. After having 55,000 silver and all that plasteel and steel, we have 4,000 silver left over, so it has been spent wisely on all the settlement stuff, increasing our empire and making us a empire to be worried about, you know, and we're doing really well. We've got all of these highways all over the place. It looks like spaghetti. We got spaghetti all over the world. It's all being changed into highways and everything, so we can get around the world so much quicker. We're basically turning the world into America, covering it in roads and making it really, really fun. So with that, we've spent all the money. We also don't have any steel left because I'm building so many sterile tiles and everything and just trying to, like, expand what we already have. So we need to go back out on our little adventures. At the moment, we do have these lovely hunting work sites down here, and this gives us a fantastic opportunity to pick up some more slaves. So let's head out there with our non-violent colonists, the ones that can actually just not kill everybody, and go from there. So, and goods received. We've received the following goods from the Armor Inspiration event: a Hyperweave Victorian Scullery Maid uniform. So we just spent 2,000 silver on a fucking maid's outfit. Oh, game. Wow. I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, can we force Leo to wear that? Can we please force Leo to wear that? Yes, we can force Leo to wear it. Jean is going to come over and dress Leo in the hyperweave outfit that he always wanted. You know, when I think of Leo the android, the killing machine that we once had, yes, I definitely do think of an android wearing a scullery maid's outfit. Jesus Christ. What benefits does it even provide? A -3 in beauty, but it's better for slaves. It's a slave outfit. Wow. Jesus. And I think on that note, we are going to call things here. Well, the squad is on their way to the hunting work site, and we've got plenty of time to get more resources. We're going to call things here. The empire has grown massively. We've got so many more settlements and everything. And whilst I'm aware that, you know, getting all that silver was potentially a little bit cheesy, it was well worth it. We have a thriving empire, leveling up all the time, becoming bigger and better, and just becoming just a fantastic place to be. So, the plan for next episode, alongside getting more and more silver, is obviously going to be to fix Leo. Peel is ready and excited to see his brother in arms. I'm excited to spend all the money that we've got even further and upgrade things even further as well. And obviously getting the research to fix Leo. So we'll end up building the little android place here. And I think what we'll do is, if we can get androids, we're just going to capture all of our slaves and turn them into Nutra-Amine incubators. So if you enjoyed today's episode or are excited to see how poorly we can treat our slaves in the future, consider liking, subscribing, and make sure you tell your mum about it. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.